Is Lance Armstrong a cheater? Well, let's ask a few other questions before we decide who can be considered a cheater and what actually our society is based on. Let's get into that if we call Lance Armstrong a cheater for using EPO and other drugs to win money in his career, then I guess everybody is cheating. All the humanity is cheating. Isn't cheating when you have a pretty girl that is wearing makeup, and once she removes this makeup, you cannot recognize her. For example, recently, Freely the Banana Girl, we understood that she's using Botox, and she's criticizing people around her, but in fact, she was injecting Botox in her face to make herself look more pretty. Keep in mind that Freely the Banana Girl is vegan, and there is no vegan product at the moment equivalent of Botox. Everything is tested or coming from animals. So, is she a cheater? Yes, she is. What about all the bodybuilders who are injecting steroids and human growth hormones, and then you're watching them on competition and they're winning the Mr. Olympia? Do you think that any of the powerlifters are not cheating? Maybe you think that if you're a world champion or in the Olympics, nobody is cheating. Well, that's not true. Everybody is cheating. We are all cheating. The lawyers in the court who are lying and falsifying evidence and so on, they're still cheating. In Formula One, people were cheating. Even recently, Volkswagen get caught that they're using some software to mask the emissions that their diesel engines produce, and it's again cheating. It's in human nature to be cheaters. So what actually is cheating? Those are man-made rules, and if somebody is smarter enough to avoid them, then we call them cheater, and we point fingers. But in general, who is not cheating? It's people are thinking that this testing, this athlete testing, is helping, but let's get into something. Check MMA, for example. There are people who are fighting with TRT exception. This is testosterone replacement therapy, where you inject yourself with testosterone. So you're jacked up on TRT and you're going and fighting a dude, but you have an exception. So you have a prescription from your doctor that your levels are low. So here is the question: if your levels are low, why you're still fighting? You don't have enough testosterone to fight in a cage. But we have exception. This is the system. How you can be a cyclist, but then you're taking asthma medications? You're taking asthma, so you're not fit enough to be a professional athlete. This is the system that we created, and this is the world we are living in. This is how we mask ourselves, and we lie and we cheat, and everybody lies and everybody cheats. Even when you're in kindergarten or in school, at school, if somebody was asking you something, you're always exaggerating. When your parents were asking you, when you came home smelling of cigarettes, and they ask you, do you smoke? And you're saying no. Does this mean that you're a bad person? No. Everybody is condemning Lance Armstrong because he was the smartest enough to do it in the way he did it. And he did it, yes. He was able to do it. He was able to cheat the system. And only because of journalists who was very, 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 very into catching him, they were able to generally expose him. But he was smart enough to do it, and he did it. Everybody is cheating. Again, isn't wearing makeup cheating? No, you're not showing your real face. You're pretending that you are healthier than you are because you have your skin masked with substances. When you're using your perfume, you're masking your real smell. When you're using hair extensions, when you're coloring your hair, when you're trimming your beard, this is all deception and cheating. So let me ask you something else. If you were named Lance Armstrong and you had the opportunity to earn $1 million from your job, but you knew that all the other athletes, were using any option available, what you're going to do? Are you going to be, I'm not a cheater and I will just, play it fair, or you just start and do whatever it takes? So this is the mentality that most people are having when they're competing in anything, whatever it takes. They will do whatever it takes. The same as Mike Tyson when he beat Evander Holyfield's ear off, in a mode of desperation because he was losing the fight. So he did whatever it takes to get out of this ring, even if that means that he would bite somebody's ear off. Yeah, it would be the same when Muhammad Ali was fighting with I don't know, Joe Frazier or whoever, and he would down them and call them names and so on, because he would do whatever it takes to win. It's the same when Nick Diaz goes into the cage with Anderson Silva, and he's laying on the ground and he's coming, telling him, come over. He's doing whatever it takes. This is what competitive people are doing, whatever it takes. Do you think that Bradley Wiggins, or Wiggins, or however his name is pronounced, that he's not taking anything, that he's clean? Do you think that Peter Sagan is clean? Do you think that, I don't know who, Chris Froome, you think that Chris Froome is natural? You think that this is natural? It's natural to not be tired of riding, hundreds of kilometers with insane wattage and climbing hills like it's nothing and so on. Everybody is on the juice. Everybody is on the gear. Everybody is on something. All the champions in UFC are on something. All the boxing champions are on something. Everybody in the Olympics is on something.